If you don't know how to communicate, you might lose your person. I'm telling you, you might lose your person. Feelings will come and go. Feelings are seasonal. Marriage, fire, a butterfly, feelings you had at the beginning, that spark. You see that pull, you see that sustaining energy that you both have. What will help you both preserve it is your ability to learn communication. Learn communication. You need that skill to excel. You do. You need it to sustain the spark of your marriage. You need it to sustain the spark with your person. And you need to learn it now. Have you seen those movies? Or maybe you've experienced it. Hopefully you've not. But maybe you have. Where you meet somebody and everything feels magical. You connect with them on very deep level. Then you can't stop speaking about them. You can't stop speaking with them. For the first 1 week, you have so much to tell each other. It's like, you people even had similar childhood expression. You're just going at each other like that. Then suddenly, after 1 week, it's like there's nothing more to say to each other. You now start reverting back to, how are you? They'll say, fine. Have you eaten? They'll say, yes. What do you eat? They'll say, rice. How's work? They'll say, fine. Let me explain to you what happens. What happens is that you have spent about, let's just say, an average of 25 years of your life without this person. Then in 1 week, you've been able to give them a breakdown of all the highlights of your life over the last 25 years, which were very exciting to share and listen to up until this point in your life now, where you don't have those amazing highlights every day. What you have is the regular waking up, going to work, doing the things you need to do and coming back. But you don't know how to communicate those things as highlights of your life, because you spent 1 week filling the person in for 25 weeks. And now that they've caught up to the present day, nothing is being shared. And that's why on episode 3 of our 8-part series on how you can recognize your person in the next 1 year, we're focusing on how you can learn communication. Because I consider communication, learning how to communicate. And when I say communication, I do not really mean how you speak to somebody. I also do not mean when you speak to them or learning the tone at which you speak to them. I mean communication in being able to share your life with somebody, the everyday little thing with vulnerability that makes you both always glue to each other. And that's what I consider to be the magic that sustains a relationship. People say communication is the secret of a lasting marriage, and they are not wrong. But here's the truth. If you don't learn how to communicate well as a single, you won't magically become a great communicator as a spouse. You learn it, and you don't even need to learn communication with the person you're in a relationship with first. You have to learn communication with everybody around you now. Can you give details? Are you vulnerable enough to share what's in your thoughts? How? Communication is a skill you built. Nobody comes to this world with communication. It's a skill you are able to develop by yourself, for yourself, with the people and tools you have around you. Because if you don't build that communication now with yourself, with your friends, with your colleague, what will sustain your marriage in the long run, which is communication, would fade away because feelings will come and go. Feelings are seasonal. So you say scripture also affirms to us that death and life is in the power of the tongue. So your ability to speak or not speak or speak wrongly will determine how much of life your marriage will have, because death and life lies in the power of your tongue. So you see that spark, you see that pull, you see that sustaining energy that you both have. What will help you both preserve it is your ability to learn communication. And if you wait till marriage to learn communication, it will already be too late. Learning this communication starts now. Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt. So your ability to express your thoughts, your ability to express your will, your ability to express your emotion without bringing down or harming the other person in your speech is what you need to learn now, says Colossians 4:6. Confess your faults with one another and pray for one another that ye may be healed. James 5:16. Communication with vulnerability. You open your heart to say, wow, what happened this morning as I was going out? This is what I was thinking about that card that we didn't pick up. And when you said this, it made me feel this way. And not you, what you said just made me feel this way. I still love you as you are, but I'm just explaining what happened in the morning, what was going on in my head. This talk could be a 1 hour conversation. You could communicate about a 30-minute event with 1 hour where you're expressing your thoughts, you're expressing your emotion, you're expressing your fear, you're expressing your desire, and you're able to communicate it clearly without bringing down the other person. It's a skill you need to learn. It's a skill that it's the fuel. It's one of the fuel in your marriage that keeps the flame burning. So you need it for your home. You need to put it there. It will help where you are going to. So let's start. Let's get into ways you can begin to unpack and learn this and begin to learn this. This is critical in not just finding, but sustaining your person. So you need to learn the skill, because I haven't done step 1 and step 2 and now you're on step 3. If you don't know how to communicate, you might lose your person. I'm telling you, you might lose your person. Because finding is not guaranteed staying. So you have to learn it. So can you honestly share your feelings with yourself? Or do you suppress your thoughts? Do you suppress your will? Do you suppress the expression of your heart? Do you? Or can you share it with yourself? If I ask you to write what you are thinking or pray aloud, would we predict what you are going to say? When you even pray, how do you even pray? Do you genuinely have a conversation with God? Do you genuinely sit down and say, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is how it's going? How do you do that? Because it starts with you being comfortable in His presence. Or do you pick up a form and a posture every time you want to communicate with your Father? How do you say it? How does it cut across? When you come into His presence, what goes on? When you are going to thank Him, just thank Him, say thank you for food, thank you for clothes, thank you for jewelry, thank you for... You're not communicating. You're not communicating. You need to be able to share. Oh, this was happening. And then this happened. And then I felt like this. And then I felt your touch. And then I felt the way you came into my life. Oh, you're such a wonderful Father. Do you think me who spoke like this and you were just saying thank you, you think we'll get with the same result? No way. We're not going to have the same intimacy. It's going to be the same with your spouse. Tell me what was going on in your mind when this was happening. Can you share? Can you share with yourself? Can you express your thoughts? When something is going on, can you articulate it to say, this is my feeling, this is my desire, this is what actually happened, this is what I should have done. Okay, I'm seeing the lines now. Oh, you just play victim and cry and use it as a way of solving your problem. You need to communicate. Tears is not a form of communication. You need to open your mouth. While God can read your mind, if He asks you to bring forth your argument, He can read your mind though. And yet He asking you to speak. Then your spouse and the people around you who can read your mind, what do you think they require from you to do? Speak clearly, articulate the problem, share clearly. It's a skill you have to learn. You see David? You see how David is a man after God's heart? He pours it out every time, clearly. He doesn't say, oh, you delivered it for battle. No. Just like I said to my daughter. He says, I was lying down and there was this arrow poured and you made me miss it. And my enemy said this, that I would not get the victory, but you led me on and I came out victorious and I heard the head of the enemy and I sung it to you. It is you that gave me the victory. No man deserves the glory but you. How do you now fall in love and intimacy with that kind of person? So you need to communicate because it's going to sustain the intimacy. No filters. As long as you're not saying it to harm the other person. You filter the words to come out rightly, but you don't filter your emotions, you don't filter your vulnerability, you don't filter your honesty, you don't filter the thoughts that should be clearly said. You need it to be able to deliver what you need to sustain the marriage you want. When you find the person, you need it to be able to sustain that relationship with the person. You need to be able to communicate purpose clearly. You're going to have needs. You need to be able to communicate clearly. How should they serve you? When should they serve you? What do you want to eat? What don't you want to eat? I don't know. It's not an answer. It's an answer that is not helpful. So when you say, I don't know what to eat, take out 1 hour to figure out what you want to eat. We can present you with options. We need you to pick one. You need to be able to communicate your thoughts and feelings, my dear. You do need to be able to communicate these things. You're unsure what to wear. You don't know what color you like. You don't know what turns you on. You don't know what moves you this way. You can't express what's making you angry. You are swelling up, but nobody knows. We need to know. We need to know. We need to know. You need to talk. Then suddenly, one day you start to talk, then you explode. You break things. You destroy things. You harm people with your word because you've suppressed it so much that it's coming out like a volcano without any borders. It just erupts from you. No, learn communication. You need that skill to excel. You do. You need it to sustain the spark of your marriage. You need it to sustain the spark with your person. And you need to learn it now, before they come. We don't fake it, we face it. So it's something that is a skill you pick up. All this, I don't like to talk too much. All this, you just read my mind. I want them to fit like a glove perfectly. There's nothing like that. Even your shoes, you need to adjust it once in a shoe that fits you. Use your size. As you are walking, don't you see adjust your feet for it to fit properly and be more comfortable. You need to speak. Speak clearly. Articulate the thoughts clearly. Share the emotions clearly. And you have to practice with the people that are around you now. Start with your friends. Yeah, your training ground. Remember, your friends are in your tribe. You're not starting with any random people. So there's a sequence to this thing. So your friends are already in your tribe. So you start sharing with them, talking to them. No, I thought this. No, I felt this. No, I didn't mean that. No, you didn't understand me. Oh, my action did not represent my true thought intent. I'm sorry. This is what I really meant, and I'm going to make it clear the next time. Be clear. When somebody does something for you, you are still typing text and you say, I miss you. You're not communicating. You miss what about me? What do you miss in this instance? Be descriptive, be clear. I love you. What do you love? What is inspiring the love? Share. If I send you a text now saying, I love you, I send you a text to say, I woke up this morning thinking about the delight you bring to my life, the ease at which working with you comes, the peace you bring, the sustenance you help me get, and the balance I find when I'm around you. These things makes me fall in love with you every day more and more. I love you more each day. Which one will you collect? You, guy that don't like talking plenty. Which one will you collect? You need to learn to express. And it's not a feminine thing. It's not just something that, women just like. Both parties needs clear communication. Communication styles, of course, might differ. When people express the communications and how they do it, but you guys need to talk about it. Then you learn to resolve conflicts. You're just, what is this one that something just happened and you just disappear. You ghost people. You cut people off. You can't clearly articulate with them what the problem is. You can't clearly share what they are doing wrong. Let it be that both of you came to a point where your values and your boundaries are not the same. Then you just peacefully went different ways. Why are you not talking? What are you going to do? Something goes wrong in the marriage, you just keep quiet. You are doing silence. You will be doing silent treatment. You are banging the doors. Where? You need to be able to understand that you need clear communication skills to say these things, to express these things. This is what hurts me. This particular thing hurt, not you. This thing hurts me. This is what I need help with. This will help me. This is what I don't agree with all, calmness. You're not hostile. There's when you're shouting, you're jumping. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you now? What's wrong with you? Calm down. Learn communication. Once you see the way I'm raising my voice now, it means that's to show you how people lose control. Once you have lost control. You speak and articulate your point. If you raise your voice, your point was not raised, not clearly articulated. So in your workplace, in the teams, you practice patience with people that you're working with. Practice tone, practice clarity. Articulate your point. Let them give you feedback. Did you understand me? What did you think I said? Oh, okay, that's right. Oh, okay, I think it was clear, but not completely clear. There are a few things you missed. What do you think happened in the Bible? We praise Abraham, which rightly so we should. But you think it was okay for him to go and sacrifice Isaac without telling Sarah? And we say if he told the wife, she wouldn't have agreed. The same woman who followed him into this journey, the same woman who believed in conception, the same woman who lied for him twice and said she was his sister. What are you talking about? You need to learn communication. And communication is ongoing. You keep learning its vulnerability. An occasion comes that you have not experienced before. You sit down and articulate how you'll be vulnerable. You share your emotions. You separate it from hostility. You're able to communicate clearly to say, okay, this is what's happened. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I think we should do. Or you're able to say, I don't even know how I'm feeling, but I'm processing it. So give me a couple of hours to put my thoughts and my mind together so I can communicate to you clearly. You talk. Every truth, every tear. It's not perfection. It's ongoing process. That you are growing your ability to be able to share what's going on in your mind. Because marriage is sustained by butterflies. That butterfly is sustained by constant, healthy communication. Marriage, fire, that butterfly, feelings you had at the beginning, what sustains it? Constant, healthy communication. Sometimes you will not even feel it, but you are so always pulled to the other person that, you can't help but, be close to them because you understand their mind. You understand how they are thinking. When something is confusing, you guys make it clear to each other. You talk to each other, not at each other. You talk with each other, not over each other. You learn it. You learn the skill. When you don't share, you create gaps. And those gaps create distance. Those distance creates separation. It's those little cycles that begin to make the thing happen. So you need to close the gap by sharing vulnerably, honestly, authentically. Only things inside make small things turn into explosion. Not immediately, but it will keep adding and adding and adding, and the thing will be brooded, it becomes big, then it erupts. Holding things inside also leads to mistrust. If I've been with you for 2 years, 3 years, and I've been having maybe an emotional struggle with you, or there's something that you are doing that I don't like, and I've been there laughing, smiling, it's fine, just letting it go, just going with the flow. Then 3 years later, I tell you, the other person will be like, so you mean you have not been comfortable for 3 years and you've been living like that? Can we even trust you like this? Because can we trust you like this? So you need to be honest. Truth without manipulation. I'll say that again. Truth without manipulation is important in your communication with the other person and with everybody around you. It's a principle you need to start learning with everybody around you. You need to be clear. Don't expect your partner to read your mind at any given situation. Don't say, don't you know that these are our ways to? There's nothing like that. You are a human being who gets new information every day that affects your programming and your output. So you do need to communicate what you are thinking today. We might have yesterday as precedents of what we can use, but you need to communicate about what you are thinking today. Be carried. Your tone matters as much as your words. Filter it with salt. Don't process your thoughts first with God so you'll be able to fully express it to the human being next to you. Because when you are able to express it with God and you are able to deal, it helps you remove, it's like eating fish with bone. God removes the bone, then leaves you only with the fish. Then you can process out the fish to the other person. Be consistent. You can't only be speaking when things are bad. Be speaking when things are okay. Be speaking before things go bad. Be consistent in those approach. Be consistent in it. Be a good listener yourself. Because 50% of communication is listening. The fact you're able to listen to what they are saying, then it means that you're able to also take in and understand what it is that you're supposed to do yourself. That way, you're able to now fully not just talk, but also receive what they are saying. Because, God is a God of communication. And He speaks through His word, through His spirit, through creation, through other people. He's even speaking to you through this podcast just to let you see and listen and hear and know His heartbeat, see His desires, and be able to follow that for yourself. So if God Himself, God has been speaking before the earth was created, He's speaking when the earth was made, He's spoken His word, and He's even speaking now today, and God is speaking constantly, why do you think you don't need constant communication in your marriage for it to be sustained? The covenant picture and model requires that there will be communication all the time. It reflects in our relationship with God. And if that relationship is a reflection of marriage, that communication needs to be reflected in your marriage. So when you see the person, you are able to sustain the connection with the person. Broken communication always leads to broken covenants. Always. Always. Always leads to broken covenants. So this week, don't wait until you get married to start practicing communication. Start now. Talk with yourself, share with your friends, be open in your community. If you are in the right community, you should be safe enough to open there. If you're not safe enough to open there, you are either in the wrong community or you've not discovered yourself enough to know what to do. So lend your voice to your needs, feelings in a healthy way, express them, share them, because the strength of your future marriage will depend on it. So learn it, cultivate the skill. The workbook, as always in this series, is on the comment section. Use them. Use them. Answer the questions. Do I usually process my feelings, or do I express or suppress or explode with them? Use them, share them, communicate. When was the last time I had a healthy confrontation with a friend? What did I learn? Have you ever even had one before? Do them. Do those reflections. Sit down. Answer the question. What area do I expect people to just know my mind without saying it? All of these are needed. Journal your feelings this week. Do those things. I like to hear your feedback. I like to hear, how this worked for you. Because these all things helps you to get to your destination of your person and helps you stay there. So do them. You can get the book from Amazon or other locally through us in Nigeria. I'll see you in the next episode. My name is Ini. This is Love with Ini. Bye-bye for now. Where the mending begins.